I want to do a quick introduction to something called a reed switch, or more specifically, a reed limit switch. Cool, and I'm going to show you how to do that in Automation Studio. So essentially what a reed switch is, it's a magnetic switch. So there's some magnet. There has to be a magnet involved in a reed switch. And then there's some metal somewhere. Often there are actually two magnets involved. And what's happening is that the switch itself is attracted to the magnet. So if there's a switch in the presence of a magnet, the switch will change its state. Either it becomes open or closed, depending on if it's a normally open or normally closed. But what I want to show you is how to put one onto a cylinder as a limit switch. Okay, good. So I'm in Automation Studio here. I have this guy going on here, nice and simple. I'm going to press this, and this extends, retracts, so there's nothing complicated about this circuit. Okay, good. So let's go over and take a look at the switches. So I'm going to go over to my JIC, and I'm actually going to go over to Pneumatic. Is it JIC or Pneumatic? What you need to do is you need to go over to Pneumatic. Oh, no. What you need to do is go over to Pneumatic. I'm going to open up Pneumatic, and I'm going to go down to Sensors. So I'm going to open up Sensors. Now, I'm going to go into Proximity Sensors and then all of these other sensors, but what I'm after is just go to Other, and or if you just go to Sensors, it's actually here. And this guy is a sensor, it's magnetic. So that's the one you want, and that is the symbol for it. So I'm going to dump that in there, and then I'm going to label this LSA minus. Cool. Now, I'm going to zoom in a little bit so you can see where what I'm after here. I'm going to take this guy, and first of all, I'm going to copy and paste him. So I just did Control V, Control C. Now, I'm going to take this guy, and then I'm going to move that down to there, and we know that these guys line up, and we're good. So if I put that there, it's not going to activate, just like the limit switches that you regularly do. You'd use that. So now what I need to do is I need to go in here, and I need to extend this guy, and I'm going to extend him all the way out 100%. Good. So now I'm going to close that. Now he's out all the way. Now I can line up this guy, and I'm going to go back in here, and I'm going to put that back to 0. Cool. Now let's take a look here. So now I've got that guy going on, and those are the symbols for reed switches. And reed switches are awesome because what's going on is inside this cylinder, actually on the piston itself, is a magnet. Yeah. So you actually can buy these cylinders with magnets in them. It's pretty standard. So the magnet's going to go in, it's going to come in there anyway. And what you can do is you can clamp this reed switch on, and it's really cool. It takes up very little space. It's not like this big thing that sticks outside of the actual cylinder somehow. And plus, if you think about it, if I were to put some limit switch out here, it's a physical place. What if this was just a capping cylinder in a bottling station? It just went and it jumped out and went back. Well, I'm not going to put like a limit switch where it's actually clamping onto something. And the other thing that's really cool is you can actually put this anywhere you want. So if you are actually clamping onto something, it's very beneficial because let's say your cylinder only extends this far during the clamp. You can put that wherever you want. So I'm just going to hit Control Z a bunch of times until it goes back to where it was. Good. So now what I want to show you next is, and then I'll let you go, is how to connect these guys up. And then I'm going to go over here. I'm going to go to my Joint Industry Council. Hello to the Joint Industry Council. Thank you for being a good council and giving us all of these awesome symbols. Now, and I'm going to go down here to sensor switches. I'm going to grab a limit switch, and I'm going to associate that with my inside limit switch. Down here, LSA minus, and oh, I got both of these are A minus, which is silly of me because I didn't, wait, let me just double click on this. I didn't rename the other one, so I'm just going to go ahead and do that right now. I'm going to double click on this guy, and I'm going to rename him plus. Perfect. Okay, now I can throw another limit switch in there, and I can name him plus. Cool. Go down over here, limit switch plus. Oh, there was minus. There you go. Now, this is interesting. Let me show you this. I clicked on this, so it associated here, but if you double click on this, it doesn't work. What you do is you click on this, and then you right click here, and you say create link. and it will link. Okay, good. So there you go. So now I've got that. I'm going to fill this guy in here, and then we'll be done. I just want to show you it running, so you have that like, yeah, man, it runs satisfaction. Okay, here we go. Click on here, click on here. Actually, I'm the guy who wants to satisfy. I'm like, I want to see this run. Okay, press play, and here we go. Oh yeah, because it's retracted. Okay, here we go. Extended. Yeah, it works. Awesome. So that is how you do reed switches. They are super, super cool. So I need you to do your reed switches like whenever you think that for whatever the application is, you can't actually fit a physical limit switch in there somewhere. Reed switches are so cool. Okay, see you later, eh? Yeah, like, oh, okay, bye. Really? No. Okay, bye. Really?